Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Bio here, and I want to go over something I just heard over on the radio really quick because my response to it, my initial response to it was pretty funny. So I'm listening to the radio, and it was some NPR, which for those who live outside the country, National Public Radio, it's basically just a news station where they kind of focus more on political and world issues, but not all the time. Oh, but yeah, so I'm listening to NPR, which I know will elicit some groans and moans from some people out there, but I'm listening to it, and they're talking about the war or the struggle in Libya, and they were talking about a NATO airstrike that hit tanks in Libya. And at first, I was like, oh, okay, so that seems kind of good. But then they kind of told the story along a little bit farther, and it turns out that the rebel forces were actually the ones in control of the tanks. And for those of you who don't know, although it's pretty popular in the United States. I don't know how big of an issue it is in other countries, although the fact that other countries are contributing to the air support there probably means that most people are familiar with it. But anyways, it's kind of a civil war in Libya, and so rebel forces trying to overthrow their leader, Muammar Gaddafi. And anyway, so this NATO airstrike comes in, takes out these tanks, and at first seems like a good thing, because up until this point there have been no tanks on the rebel side. But apparently the rebels did somehow manage to get a hold of these tanks. And so when I heard this story, the first thing I thought was, oh man, NATO is fucking clutch. Just rolling in and taking out these tanks. Oh my gosh. It's kind of a sad thing to think about, but that was the first thing that popped into my mind. I mean, here they are, rebels are struggling to get a foothold in this battle, and they basically need the air support to stay alive at this point. And here we are, we roll in. As soon as the rebels get some tanks, boom, they come out. So my mind works in terrible ways. I am a bad man. I know this, but I thought it was very, very ironic. And so yeah, and of course both sides blame each other. The rebels say they told NATO that the tanks were there and that they were going along that particular area, and NATO says no, they didn't. And so neither side, apologizing, accepting blame. And in my opinion, it's probably NATO's fault, but you never know. But so I thought that was kind of funny. And then a couple seconds later, it turns out like 5 people died from this. So I was like, oh, yeah, not really too funny anymore. So that was kind of a downer. And I'm not a big political person by any means. I definitely try to stay updated, so I'm at least a little bit informed on issues and whatnot. So I'm not completely clueless on all that and what's going on in the world, but I'm definitely not a big guy into politics, political science, or anything like that. So yeah, and especially since it tends to lead to debates and people arguing and shouting matches and dick measuring contests, man. That's that's why I try to stay away from it. And so yeah, debates in general, man. I'm just not a big fan. Well, I don't mind them too much when it's in person and it's logical, not emotionally charged, and you got the kind of a forum going on in real life. But when it's on the internet, it's just awful. Debates just go sour so fast, and so I try to stay away from it. My biggest beef with debates is when one side or both sides kind of looks at the other side as if they're retarded for believing or thinking they're right. So it's like so it's basically a logical fallacy ad hominem, which is where you attack the person rather than the issue at hand. It's a bit of a stretch to call it that. Maybe there's a better fallacy that fits it, but it's basically here's a good example. Say you were young, when you were a kid, and your parents smoked all the time. And as they were doing that, as you were growing up, they tell you should never smoke. Smoking is bad for you. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? You're smoking this whole time, you freaking hypocrite. But the thing is, their argument is still valid, despite the fact that they're a hypocrite. And so saying that, no, that argument isn't valid because they smoke, that's called ad hominem, because that's a logical fallacy. Their argument is valid, despite the fact that they smoke. So I think the same thing often happens a lot in debates, where people are like, how can you believe that? You're so stupid, you're retarded. I mean, you're just obviously wrong, and they don't actually present any evidence. They just look at you they just give you kind of this cockeyed look as if like, wow, you're crazy for thinking that way. And that's that's my biggest beef with debates, is people a lot of times they commit a lot of fallacies, and they don't actually know what they're talking about, and they don't actually have anything to bring forth or to show for their side. But yeah, I'm not. That being said, not a big debate guy. And so I don't want to spark any debates here on the interwebs, even nice ones, because like I said, they can turn sour really, really fast, and feelings can get hurt, fingers can get broken. I don't know how they get broken because they're on the internet. Maybe you're typing in a frenzy, and all of a sudden, snap! I don't know. What is cryogenics doing, Zach? You need to get on my face, bro. I'm gonna give you the teabag, even though you are my teammates. So take that. But yeah, anyways, Call of Duty. That's what we're playing here. And yeah, it's Black Ops, using the commando for most of the game. I think at one point I picked up the AK-74U, or 47. I have not been playing this game. It's 74. I have not been playing this game at all in the past like month or so, and so I am really, really rusty at this game and forgetting a lot of things. I probably start playing again sometime soon. I don't know. I've had a kind of a downtime with this game. Just haven't really felt like playing it. Been playing a lot of different games. Been playing Halo, Gears of War, getting ready for the beta, which is coming out pretty soon. What's today? Friday. So about a week and 3 days for me, and actually a week for some really lucky people. I think my next video I'm going to do is going to be more another Gears of War video, going over the beta, who gets it when, because there's actually 3 different main groups of people who get the beta. There's the people who pre-ordered the game from GameStop, unless you live in a different country than the United States, then I think there's other places you can pre-order it from. Then there's people who have Bulletstorm, and then there's actually another group that can get it even earlier than that. But most people, myself included, and probably even Machinima is excluded from that group. Well, probably Machinima will probably get it just because they're a big news media outlet when it comes to video games. But yeah, so I will be going over that and all the unlockables and stuff in my next video. So a lot of people that want me to post Halo videos all the time, and I'm a big fan of Halo, guys. I am. I like to play competitively. Usually when I play Halo, I like to play Halo competitively. I like to get my try-hard pants on, my try-hard underwear, and all that kind of stuff once I play me some Halo. But I'm definitely becoming more rounded when it comes to gaming. I used to, when Halo 2 was out, that was all I played. That was all I played, nothing else. When Halo 3 came out for the first few years, that was all I played. I played, little Gears of War when that came out, but that was just all I played. And for Reach, that game has just kind of lost my interest in the whole Halo Reach series, the whole Halo series. I don't know. It's not a terrible game. It's not a bad game. It just doesn't gel with me. Doesn't flow with me. Flow well, like a river, like a stream. Don't cross the streams. Where are these references coming from? Ghostbusters. Anyways, so yeah, so I've definitely become more well-rounded in the gaming, trying to do a lot more things. I'm going to play more stuff, get more familiar with all that, so I will definitely be doing a lot more videos of all the kind of different games. So I know the big thing is Call of Duty, and I think Hutch says this a lot in his videos. When people post anything other than Call of Duty, they know that they're not going to get as many views. It's not going to be as big of a video. But I'm going to play what I want to play, what's fun, what's good, and that's it for this game, though. Final score is going to be 55 kills and 2 deaths. I believe I have 3 captures as well, so not too shabby on the objective front. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it.